when it comes to Mahajanpada period, you guys just tell me what are the most 3 important changes which happen in the Mahajanpada period. Sorry?
Formation of a state.
Formation of state. Fine. There's a first important change that can be discussed as formation of state.
Second urbanization.
The second important is urbanization. And then third is Jainism. Right? What is the period of this Mahajanpadas? That is 6th century to 3rd century BC. This is the period. I hope you can understand that all the 3 topics are very important. Okay? And they have been asking questions from it. Okay? Sometimes they have been asking, and whenever they have been asking the questions, one thing that I have realized that they are asking what kind of questions? Highly analytical questions. आपसे नहीं पूछेंगे कि बुद्धा के जीवन के बारे में लिखें. Write about the philosophies of Buddha. नहीं पूछेंगे ये सब. ठीक है? So basically, as you can see that at least you can understand that all the 3 things that I have written, these are very important changes at that point of time. पहली बार स्टेट फॉर्म हो रही है, जिसको हम एक्सेप्ट कर रहे हैं, स्टेट है, और इसको ज़्यादातर कौन से लोग एक्सेप्ट कर रहे हैं? मार्क्सिस्ट स्कॉलर्स एक्सेप्ट कर रहे हैं. And that's why they are giving the whole logic that why the states are being formed in this period. And when it comes to Marxist period, undoubtedly जब भी ऐसे questions आए state formation, आँख बंद करके आर्य शर्मा का नाम तो यूज़ कर ही लेना. ठीक है? So they are talking about the state formation. Why the nationalist scholars or the other scholars are not accepting that the state formation, it was one of the most important changes? क्यों नहीं accept करते हैं? Exactly. उनके हिसाब से वैदिक पीरियड में ही स्टेट फॉर्म हो चुके हैं. ठीक है? खासकर लेटर वैदिक पीरियड में तो 100% हो चुका है. एंड दैट्स व्हाई दे आर नॉट कन्विंस्ड विद दिस आइडिया कि इट इज द फर्स्ट पीरियड व्हेन द स्टेट इज फॉर्मिंग. राइट? So at one hand, the Marxists are giving the ideas or the logics ki why or what sort of preconditions were there because of what it was. There was a possibility of the state formation in a true sense, right? We have discussed about the states in the later Vedic period also, but then I told you that unfortunately because of some of the limitations, we cannot keep it in the category of what? The proper state. We can keep it in the category of chiefdom state, rather than proper state. So that's how it remains a debate whether it was it was a state or not. So since it is highly controversial, and I must tell you that here the Marxist scholars are so much logical that they cannot be countered, and probably this is the reason because of what the number of questions are getting down from this region. वो बड़े लॉजिकल एकदम साइंटिफिक तरीके से बताते हैं कि स्टेट फॉर्मेशन कैसे हो रहा है. ठीक है? Then it comes to the second question. After this one, comes to second question. That's the second urbanization. Now it is considered as the second urbanization, which is more or less acceptable by all. Again, the debate is there. Again, the scholars have been certain scholars, specifically the nationalists, or let's say the right-wing scholars are saying, actually, the urbanization has also taken place in which period? The previous period. Why? Because I hope you remember when I was dealing with the later Vedic economy. At that point of time, I told you that certain terms like Pura, Nagara, these could be noticed in the later Vedic period, and that was used by them as reference to to prove that urbanization had already taken place. But the model that we had studied for the urbanization in the previous topic, or let's say Harappan civilization, you all know that only once certain preconditions are there, that only brings the ideal condition for the formation of state. So without those prerequisites, it's impossible to have the second urbanization. So it is also a sort of very important aspect. And here we have to understand what happened as such because of what is happening. Sometimes last question what they had asked from here, they have just linked both the development and they had asked the question कि how come they were interrelated. ठीक है? तो मुझे लगता है कि ये आपके लिए प्रूव करना तो आप अभी भी कर दोगे. ठीक है? क्योंकि मैंने कहा था कि whenever you talk about the second urbanization or any urbanization, you know that there is a ruling class. It is one of the like basic component of the urbanization. So I think it's very easy, like they are ultimately interrelated. ठीक है, in fact तो एक theory भी जो मैकडेम्स की theory है कि urbanization और state formation these are two parallel activities, parallel events. एक होता है तो दूसरा होता है, दूसरा एक जाता है तो दूसरा जाता है. इसको बहुत बाद तक भी लोग इसको फॉलो करते हैं, इस थ्योरी को ऐसा बताते हैं. ठीक है, and then finally it comes to the third important change, like that's the Buddhism and Jainism, right? This is the most important change. Now when you have been attempting the pre-examination, that's a very important part for you, right? यहाँ से बहुत सारे questions आते हैं, but the way you find them, like find these topics very important in the pre-examination, unfortunately not very important in the optional examination. But then yes, I must tell you that if questions are being asked, and on regular occasions the questions are being asked from this topic, so they are not asking the general questions. ठीक है, general questions मतलब like what were the reasons for the origin of Buddhism, what were the reasons for the decline of Buddhism, ऐसे questions का ज़माना चला गया, अब नहीं पूछेंगे वो, मैं लिख के दे सकता हूँ. पूछेंगे तो बड़े twisted form में पूछेंगे. अब वो twisted questions क्या होते हैं? Like there is a normal life, like normal history of Buddhism and Jainism. What were the reasons for the rise of this? ठीक है, though we'll cover this particular topic also, rise for the Buddhism and Jainism. ठीक है, but here we can expect the questions from some sort of like scattered topics, such as how come Buddhism was more like a social philosophy. ठीक है, what were the social implications of Buddhism? तो इस तरीके के क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं. तो बुद्धिज्म से डील करना इतना आसान भी नहीं है. बुद्धिज्म बहुत कॉम्प्लिकेटेड टॉपिक है. ठीक है, फिलॉसफी है तो जाहिर सी बात है कॉम्प्लिकेटेड होगी. तो यहाँ पे जो क्वेश्चंस तो पूछ रहे हैं, डायमेंशंस बड़े जो है ऑकवर्ड से हैं. तो ये तीन चीज़ें ध्यान रखने की जरूरत है. ठीक है, तो बेसिकली हमें ये तीनों चीज़ें कवर करनी है. आई कैन ऑफ कोर्स वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू इग्नोर दिस because it's important, and that's why we are just going to cover it. But then while covering this topic, what we should keep in mind that we have to focus more on those areas from where the questions are being asked. So that's how we are just going to have a development. मैं इतना हम politically नहीं cover कर रहे हैं कि 16 महाजनपद हैं और उसके क्या क्या है. ठीक है, तो हम इसके कुछ डायमेंशंस हो सकते हैं. ठीक है, अच्छा एक चीज़ और भी है कि कुछ ऐसे कंसेप्ट जो धीरे धीरे अब क्या हो गए हैं, वो ना आउटडेटेड हो गए हैं. तो उन कंसेप्ट से भी नेचुरली क्वेश्चंस कम होगा. जैसे जब व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट दिस लाइक इन फॉर्मेशन ऑफ स्टेट्स, सो देयर वर टू डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ स्टेट्स गॉट फॉर्म. One which is known as monarchical states, and the second is the Ganasanghas. So earlier the Ganasanghas were very important. Why the Ganasanghas were so important? Because at one point of time it was believed that India also knew of the democratic systems of the republics, and that's how these Ganasanghas were there. But in the latest history writing, ultimately what happens, they had been discarded. We have rejected these theories कि they were literally Ganasanghas. तो पहले क्या होता था कि दो क्वेश्चंस ऑल्टरनेटिव में हमेशा आता था. एक तो है चोला का लोकल सेल्फ गवर्नमेंट और दूसरा का ये गणसंघस. एक साल गणसंघस पूछते थे, दूसरे साल चोला का लोकल सेल्फ गवर्नमेंट. तो हमारा फिक्स पैटर्न था कि अच्छा पिछले साल ये पूछ ले तो ये वाला तो इस बार पूछेंगे ही. अब नहीं पूछ रहे हैं ना, तो लोकल सेल्फ गवर्नमेंट भी अब पूछते भी हैं तो बड़े दूसरे तरीके से पूछ रहे हैं. लेकिन नॉर्मली दे आर नॉट आस्किंग के राइट अबाउट द फीचर्स ऑफ द लोकल सेल्फ गवर्नमेंट. ठीक है, दे आर लाइक नॉट आस्किंग दिस काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चन. तो यहाँ पे एक तो है मोनार्किकल स्टेट और गणसंघस. ठीक है, क्या डिफरेंस है दोनों के बीच में? अच्छा एक क्वेश्चन बड़ा खतरनाक पूछा था उन लोगों ने कि व्हाट वर द रीजंस दैट द गणसंघस कुड नॉट डिक्लाइन इजीली, ऐसा करके कुछ जो है उन्होंने पूछा था. तो बड़े अजीब अजीब तरीके के क्वेश्चंस पूछ रहे हैं. तो हम बहुत सिंपल जर्नी की जगह हम थोड़ा सा उसको कॉम्प्लिकेटेड रखेंगे और अलग अलग डायमेंशंस थोड़ा हंट करने की कोशिश करेंगे. सेकेंड अर्बनाइजेशन जब आता है तो सेकेंड अर्बनाइजेशन में ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है जो हमने डिस्कस नहीं किया. वी हैव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस द मॉडल एंड एवरीथिंग हैज़ टू बी अप्लाइड हियर. नाउ व्हाट इज गोइंग टू चेंज? ओनली द examples. Their surplus हमने prove किया, we are going to prove the surplus here. Now there might be different reasons for the production of surplus or the creation of surplus. Here the reasons might be different. So वो हमें बात करना है. ठीक है, craft activities, वहाँ पे हड़प्पा में हमने craft activities अलग बात किया था, यहाँ पे अलग होगी. तो हमारे examples बदलेंगे, मॉडल सेम रहेगा. ठीक है, स्टेट फॉर्मेशन में भी वैसे ही हमारे जो है कुछ examples बदलेंगे, मॉडल्स सेम, मॉडल जो है वो सेम रहेगा. हमने जो कहा था क्या, class conflict, then the social conflict, then the urbanization, right, and then yeah, these are the points. ठीक है, lineage concepts जो है ये यही सारे हम बात करने वाले इधर भी. ठीक है, तो हमारे मॉडल सारे सेम रहने वाले. नई चीज़ कौन सी है? बस यही चीज़ जो है वो नई है जो हमें कवर करना है. ठीक है.